I am Jesus Christ, and every single day I come here to share my wisdom with you, so that your life on this earth may be guided, strengthened, and filled with hope until the glorious day when we meet face to face in heaven. I also bring you urgent and powerful messages from my Father, who longs for you to walk in his light and protection. That is why I ask you, subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, so you never miss the words of life that I pour out for you. Leave your like as a sign of faith and write Amen, along with a heart in the comments, so that you may open the doors of your soul to receive my daily words. Follow each step I ask of you in these messages, my beloved child, and you will see my blessings unfolding over your life. You will witness my deliverance, my care, and the miracles that flow from a heart that listens and obeys. I am with you always, guiding you toward eternal peace and victory. Beloved child, I see the weight you carry, the hidden fears that press on your heart when no one else is watching. I know the nights when sleep escapes you and the silence feels heavier than noise. I see how quickly despair whispers that you are forgotten, how often loneliness convinces you that no one truly understands. You wonder if you will ever be enough, if you will ever escape the cycle of pain, if hope is still real for you. But hear me, I am here, and I have never left your side. The love I have for you is deeper than the oceans and wider than the heavens. It is not a fleeting emotion, nor does it depend on your perfection. Even in your darkest moments, my love surrounds you like the air you breathe, unseen, yet sustaining every beat of your heart. You may feel abandoned, but you are held closer than you realize. You may feel unworthy, but my love is not earned. It is given freely and will never be taken away. The world tells you that love is fragile, conditional, and temporary, but my love shatters those lies. I do not turn away when you fail. I do not withdraw when you doubt. When you stumble, I kneel beside you, not to condemn, but to lift you up again. My love has walked through your storms, sat in your grief, and stood unshaken in the face of every fear. It is the one constant in a world that changes like shifting shadows. When fear grips your chest and the unknown threatens to crush you, I remind you that I go before you. There is not a single step you will take tomorrow that I have not already seen, touched, and redeemed. You brace yourself for disappointment before joy can even arrive, but I am teaching you that safety is not found in control. It is found in surrender to me. Fear cannot breathe where my peace abides. When you remain close to me, fear is forced to retreat. You carry wounds from your past, memories that still echo louder than they should. The scars that no one else sees have shaped how you walk, how you trust, how you hope. But I will not leave you bound to what once was. I step into the caves you have built to survive and call you out into the light. I do not shame you for being afraid. I simply refuse to let fear write the final chapter of your story. Every place you are afraid to go, I am already there, preparing the way. You imagine the future without me, as though you walk alone, but I am in every tomorrow, waiting to show you that nothing can separate you from my care. Even when you cannot see the path ahead, my presence is your light. Even when your knees shake, I will teach you to walk forward. Even when the winds roar, I will give you peace that fear cannot steal. You do not need to be fearless to follow me. You only need to be willing. Bring me your trembling hands, your hesitant heart, your weary soul, and I will transform your fear into courage. I am not calling you to walk in your own strength, but in mine. Where you see weakness, I see an opportunity to show my power. Where you see uncertainty, I see the perfect ground to plant faith. Child, I created you for more than survival. I created you for joy unshaken, peace unbroken, and love unending. Do not let fear convince you that you are trapped or forgotten. I hold your past, your present and your future in my hands, and nothing, no mistake, no enemy, no shadow can pull you away from me. So come, Even if your voice trembles, even if your heart still races, even if everything inside you says to hide, come with me. I will never lead you into places where my presence cannot keep you. I will never send you on a path I have not already walked before you. Walk with me, and fear will lose its power. Walk with me, and you will discover peace that no darkness can imitate, life that no storm can destroy, and love that will hold you forever. I am sending my angels to every corner of the world, my beloved children, to protect you, to guide your steps, and to cover your home with heavenly peace. No matter where you live, my presence reaches you, and my angels are already on their way to guard you. So write in the comments the name of your city and country, and let your gratitude shine by leaving a like. As you do this act of faith today, I will send my angels to stand beside you, to strengthen your heart, and to bring you the deliverance and blessings you need. My beloved child, I know the moments when darkness gathers around you, when the shadows feel heavier than your strength, and the enemy rises to intimidate your soul. You feel the cold winds of fear and the fire of confusion pressing in. But hear me, I do not leave you exposed. I draw you into the shelter of my presence, where evil cannot reach the core of who you are. You are not defenseless in this world of shadows, for I am your shield, and beneath my wings every scheme of destruction loses its power. You may not always see what dangers I have turned away, but you will always feel my arms wrapping your heart in a calm that silences chaos. Nothing touches you without first passing through me. You live in a world where battles are waged beyond what your eyes can see, where spiritual forces move to shake your peace and steal your voice. Yet I have already stationed my angels around you, and I myself remain your eternal refuge. When betrayal cuts, when sickness threatens, when fear whispers, I am not surprised. Long before the ambush reached your path, I saw it, and I acted. I cover you not to hide you in weakness, but to preserve you while I strengthen you. My hiding place is not an escape, it is divine empowerment under my protection. Do not mistake my covering for absence. When you feel unseen, it is not because I have forgotten you, but because I am surrounding you. I draw you into hidden places, not to isolate you, but to insulate you from poisons that would drain your soul. I shield your heart until your roots are deep enough to stand unshaken. The world glorifies being noticed, but I glorify the quiet work of transformation. You are not being ignored. You are being formed. You are not shrinking. You are being strengthened. Under my wings, you are being prepared for what lies ahead. Fear always seeks to speak first, because it knows that if faith rises, fear must fall. But I silence fear with my presence. I give you peace that cannot be explained, joy that cannot be stolen, and love that cannot be corrupted. When lies come against you, I whisper truth louder than their accusations. When despair knocks at your door, I meet it before it enters. And when the enemy surrounds you, he discovers that I have already surrounded him. No weapon formed against you can prosper, because every attack must bow before my authority. Even when you walk through valleys of tension, I remain the fortress within you. You are not an empty vessel waiting to be broken. You are a temple of my spirit, and darkness cannot invade what I have claimed as holy. My hiding place is not momentary, it is eternal. You are carried in my heart forever. When storms roar and foundations shake, you will not fall, because you are hidden in a love that holds the universe together. There are battles you never even saw, dangers you never felt, because I removed them before they touched you. I do not always announce every rescue, I simply act. Sometimes I defend you silently, other times I roar like a lion. My protection is not always escape, but endurance. I may not always take away the threat, but I make you unshakable in the middle of it. One day you will see how many times my wings stood between you and destruction. And child, I do not only hide you from external harm, I guard you from internal collapse. When your faith flickers, I carry the flame for you. When your heart is weary, I hold you close. I silence the voices of doubt that call you unworthy, and I remind you that you are chosen, redeemed, and mine. Under my wings, no darkness can rewrite what I have spoken over you. You may not feel brave when evil rises, but courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to trust that I am your refuge. I do not panic, I do not retreat, I never abandon my own. When the waters rise, I lift you. When the arrows fly, I cover you. When the enemy approaches, I remind him that you are mine. Sealed in my love forever, stay near to me. Beneath my wings you are always safe, always secure, always shielded by a love that cannot fail. Even when you feel numb, even when your prayers seem unanswered, I am still with you. My presence does not depend on your emotions. It is constant, unshaken, closer than your very breath. I do not leave when you cannot feel me. I remain, I hold you, I sustain you in the unseen depths. So rest, beloved child, for you are not exposed, you are covered. You are not forgotten, you are chosen. You are not abandoned, you are hidden in the eternal embrace of my love. My beloved children, I see what your eyes cannot see. The enemy is always seeking ways to harm and discourage the lives of my chosen ones, but he will never succeed, for I myself am your shield, your refuge, and your eternal protection. No matter what battles rise against you, I stand before you like a wall of fire, and nothing formed against you will prevail. I guard your steps, I cover your heart, and I fight for you with my power. So write in the comments these words of faith. Jesus, I want your protection. As you declare this, you open the doors of your soul to my care, and my protection will surround you like a mighty fortress. My beloved child, I know the heaviness that creeps in when you cannot feel me. The silence stretches long, your emotions falter, and you wonder if I have stepped away. You reach for joy and cannot find it. You long for fire but only sense ashes, and your heart whispers, have I been left behind? But hear me, I have not moved. I am closer than your breath, steady when you falter, present when you withdraw, holding you when your strength breaks. My love is not chained to your feelings. My presence does not vanish when your emotions shift. I am God in the silence as much as in the song, and I remain when everything within you feels numb. Do not mistake quietness for abandonment. I walk with you through shadows. I sit with you in the still room. I lie beside you when your thoughts scream and you cannot speak. When you are too weary to pray, I hold your soul. When you feel unworthy of my nearness, I stay. I am not ashamed of your weakness, nor offended by your silence. You do not need to impress me to keep me near. I remain, because my love for you has no condition and no end. You fear that without feelings, faith is gone. But true faith is not built on emotion. It is anchored in the certainty of who I am. I see you when you choose to trust me despite the silence. When you whisper, I still believe, even though your heart feels dry. That quiet act of trust shakes heaven more than 1,000 loud songs. You are not less precious to me in these moments. You are growing roots deeper than the storm can shake. The world glorifies fire and passion, but I glorify the kind of faith that holds on even in stillness. I know your numbness. I see the questions behind your eyes, the blank stares, the prayers that feel empty, the worship that feels forced. And yet, I do not reject you. I am not disappointed. I am not distant. I'm shaping you in the silence. What you call emptiness, I often call sacred ground. Here, without distractions, I rebuild what was broken. I heal what was hidden. I restore what was weary. You may not feel it, but I am working in depths beyond your awareness. And child, while you walk in this stillness, know also that I am your shield. There are dangers your eyes never see, battles you never notice, because I have already lifted my hand against them. I deliver you from traps laid in secret. I silence the lies whispered in the dark. I stand guard over you when the enemy schemes in the shadows. Nothing reaches you without first passing through me. and I allow nothing that I will not use for your good. When arrows fly, I cover you. When storms form, I calm them before they touch your life. When the adversary plots, I turn his weapons into dust. You may not always recognize my defense, but one day you will see how many battles were won in silence, because I fought for you. My protection is not fragile, it is mighty and unshakable. I am your refuge, your fortress, your savior, and I will not let evil prevail. So trust me in the quiet. Do not despise the stillness. It is not abandonment, but intimacy. My presence is a promise, not a feeling. My love is a covenant, not an emotion. Even here in the numbness I'm holding you. Even here I am shielding you. Even here I am closer than you know. Rest beneath my wings, beloved. You are safe. You are chosen. You are never alone. Beloved daughter, beloved son, not only do I long to protect you, but I also desire to place my divine covering over your entire family. I see every tear, every struggle, every hidden worry you carry for those you love, and I promise that my hand is not too short to reach them. I will guard your home, surround your loved ones with my angels, and break every plan of the enemy against them. My protection extends beyond you. It flows to your family, your household, and every heart you entrust to me. So write these words in the comments as an act of faith. Jesus, protect my family. As you declare this, know that my presence enters your home, bringing peace, safety, and blessings that no darkness can steal. My child, I know the weight you carry when the night feels darker than the day, when shadows seem to whisper threats, and when fear creeps in because you cannot see what waits ahead. The enemy schemes in silence, hoping you will believe that you are vulnerable, unguarded, and alone. Storms rise, doubts roar, and your heart trembles because the danger feels greater than your strength. But listen to me. Every time the forces of darkness gather against you, they must face me first. Every time a hand is stretched out to harm you, it collides with mine. You are never unprotected, never forgotten, never left to fight alone. I see the end from the beginning. I watch over you without pause. Before the trap is even set, I have already broken it. Before the arrow is loosed in secret, my shield is raised to cover you. Before the storm has a chance to strike, my word goes out to calm the winds. You see only part of the battle, but I see it all. What you cannot see, I conquer for you. What you do not know, I dismantle on your behalf. Do not fear the hidden things, for nothing is hidden from me. Do not tremble at the unseen, for my eyes pierce every darkness. I am the light no shadow can withstand, the defender who never leaves your side. Yes, the power of evil is great, but my power is greater still. The plans of the wicked are many, but my plan for you will stand unshaken. You are precious to me, chosen to walk in my protection, to live in my peace, to rest under the shelter of my mighty hand. There is no snare so clever, no scheme so secret, no force so strong that it can overcome the hand of the Lord your God. When I speak, the snare shatters. When I command, the plot unravels. When I act, the enemy flees. My hand moves swiftly to rescue, my arm stretches out to save, and my heart burns with a love that will not allow you to be destroyed. You are mine, and I will not let the enemy claim you. You are mine, and I will not let harm overtake you. You are mine, and I will guard you forever. But hear me, child. Faith is your anchor. Trials will come like storms that shake your very foundation. Shadows will cloud your vision, and fear will whisper lies of defeat. Yet faith is not the absence of struggle. Faith is the choice to believe in my goodness, even when the evidence seems hidden. Faith is not fragile hope, but steadfast trust, rooted in the certainty of who I am. Your circumstances may scream one thing, but my promises remain unchanging, my love unbreakable, my presence unshakable. I know the heaviness of your heart. I know the questions that echo in the silence, the tears that fall unseen, the prayers that feel unanswered. Yet I am here. I do not turn away from your weakness. I do not grow weary of your doubts. Instead, I invite you to lay every burden at my feet. I'm working behind the scenes, weaving redemption into your story, turning pain into purpose and battles into testimonies of my power. Each trial is not meant to destroy you, but to deepen your trust in me. I do not promise to remove every hardship, but I promise to walk with you through them. I will carry you when you cannot move. I will fight for you when you cannot see, and I will use every trial to shape you into who I created you to be. My strength is made perfect in your weakness, and my grace is greater than your fear. So rest in me. Do not lean on your own understanding, for your eyes see only part of the path, but I see the whole. Trust my voice, follow my leading, and you will walk in safety even through the deepest valley. I go before you and behind you. I surround you on every side. My hand is upon you to guard and to bless. My strength is with you to deliver and to uphold. The enemy will try, but he will not succeed. For I am your God, I am your refuge, I am your fortress, and I will not let you go. Confirm your faith in me, my child, for I delight in those who trust without fear. Your faith moves my heart and opens the doors for my power to work in your life. Even when the storms rise, even when the path feels uncertain, I remain faithful to you. So declare it boldly in the comments. Jesus, I trust in you. Each word you write is a seed of faith that I will water with my blessings, protection, and unfailing love. You have been trying to be strong on your own, but the weight keeps pressing harder, and the nights keep feeling longer. You've carried burdens in silence, convincing yourself that you must endure alone, that no one could understand the depth of your struggle. I have seen the tears that never fell, the words you swallowed because you feared they would make you appear weak. But hear me, strength is not born from your striving. It comes when you finally surrender to me. It is in your surrender that you will find the power you've been searching for. When you trust me as your provider, your protector, and your healer, you will see beyond the present pain into the greater purpose I am weaving into your life. Every trial you face is not a punishment but a chapter in a story I am writing with your name on it. Faith is not a fragile hope. It is the fire that carries you through the coldest nights. It is the anchor that keeps you steady when the storms rise against you. If you place your trust in me, you will discover a wellspring of peace that fear cannot drown, a strength that suffering cannot break. I know the losses you mourn, time that slipped through your hands, love that vanished too soon, dreams you buried because you thought they were gone forever. I saw the ache you never spoke aloud, the quiet questions that haunted you in the stillness, the way you blamed yourself for seasons you could not control. But listen to me. Nothing is ever too far gone for my grace. What you thought was wasted is not wasted in my hands. I know how to restore with precision, how to breathe life into what you gave up on, how to bring beauty from the ashes you thought were beyond redemption. You look at what broke and call yourself broken, but I see in you a treasure that cannot be destroyed. You thought healing would come only if something replaced what was taken. But I am not a God of replacement. I am a God of redemption. My grace restores what was damaged, renews what was forgotten, and transforms regret into testimony. Even the chapters you call mistakes, even the seasons you have named failures, I never stopped writing when you thought your story was ruined. I am the author, and I do not waste a single page. What feels like a detour to you is the very soil where restoration is taking root. The people who left you, the time you thought you could never recover, the strength you spent on things that collapsed. I saw it all, and I say to you, it is not over. I bring rivers to deserts. I call light out of the deepest night. What you thought was dead will live again, not as a copy of what once was, but as something new, more glorious, more complete than you imagined. Restoration is not always instant, but it is always certain. Each day you walk with me, life begins to return in places you thought would remain barren. Peace that makes no sense to the world will cover you. Strength that surprises even you will rise within. Dreams you thought were buried will awaken. These are not accidents. They are my restoration breaking through the cracks. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are not too late, too broken, or too far gone. The enemy has whispered those lies to keep you bound. But I tell you today, if you still breathe, my grace still restores. Some things will not return as they once were. They will return better, refined by fire, shaped by my hand. Let go of trying to rebuild the past as it was. Let me create a future filled with a beauty the past could never hold. Restoration begins not with perfection but with permission. Open your hands again. Unlock the places you've hidden. Give me not just your victories but your ruins. I do not condemn you. I restore you. Even your delays have not delayed my purpose. Even your silence has not silenced my plan. I have been waiting, not for your perfection, but for your surrender. Walk with me now. Even with unanswered questions, even with wounds not yet healed, take my hand. I will turn your scars into streams of healing for others. I will restore what time could not. I will restore what your strength could not. I will restore what you stopped daring to pray for. You are not abandoned. You are deeply seen, deeply loved, and destined for restoration beyond what you have lost. I am not only the God who heals your past, I am the one who shapes your future. Come to me and you will see, nothing was ever beyond my reach, not even you. Declare with faith that you are chosen by God, for I have set my seal upon you and called you by name. No darkness can stand against those whom I protect, and no enemy can steal what belongs to me. So write in the comments, I am chosen by God. As you do, my protection will cover you, my angels will surround you, and my blessings will flow into your life. You have spent so long measuring yourself by the standards of this world, comparing your worth to accomplishments, titles, and the opinions of others. You've looked in the mirror and seen not who I created you to be, but who life and voices around you told you that you were. This has left you weary, uncertain, and at times even ashamed, wondering if you are enough, questioning if your life has real meaning. But listen to me. You were never meant to be defined by fading applause or passing judgments. I did not create you to be imprisoned by lies. I created you to walk in truth. I renew your mind, not to make you strange to this world, but to align you with the reality of heaven, the reality that stands above fear, above shame, above every word that was spoken to wound you. The renewal I bring is not shallow, not a simple adjustment of thoughts, but a deep transformation at the foundation of who you are. I untangle the knots that were tied into your heart since childhood, the fears that were passed to you like inheritance, the shame that twisted how you see yourself. When I speak life into your mind, chains break silently, atmospheres shift, darkness loses its grip. The enemy has always aimed at your thoughts because he knows that if he clouds your perception, he can weaken your direction. That is why I come with light, not just to give you new thoughts, but to heal the places from which your thoughts are born. I expose the lies, I heal the roots, and I plant my truth deep within you. My thoughts bring peace where panic once lived, clarity where confusion ruled, courage where fear tried to paralyze you. This is not you trying harder. It is me renewing you from the inside out. When your mind is renewed, you will stop seeing your life through the lens of failure and begin to see through the lens of eternity. Delays will no longer feel like punishment, but preparation. Rejection will no longer feel like abandonment, but redirection. Pain will no longer define you. It will refine you. With heaven's vision, you will finally see the masterpiece I've been painting all along, brushstroke by brushstroke. You are that masterpiece, And every color of your story is part of the beauty I am revealing. As your mind shifts, fear will lose its voice. No longer will you make decisions from anxiety, scarcity, or desperation. You will begin to hear my voice above the noise, and that voice will guide you into freedom. You will learn to pause, to listen, to let me filter your thoughts, separating the lies from the truth. And when you see yourself with my eyes, shame will dissolve, condemnation will break, and you will realize you were never unworthy. You were always loved, always chosen, always mine. And then, as your mind reflects heaven, you will begin to see others differently too. No longer through criticism or judgment, but through compassion. The same love I pour into you will flow through you. You will see beyond the anger to the pain, beyond the pride to the fear, beyond the rejection to the longing underneath. You will carry my heart, healing without forcing, restoring without controlling, lifting without condemning. This is the vision of heaven released through you when your mind is renewed. Yes, storms will still come. Winds will rise. Voices will still try to confuse you, but your thoughts will no longer spiral into despair. You will speak peace where there is chaos, blessing where there is cursing, life where there is death. My voice will anchor you, and my presence will steady you. The world may shake, but you will not, because your mind will be rooted in me. So come closer, child. Let me finish this work within you. Let me untangle what life has twisted. Let me silence the noise and teach you the sound of truth. You were never meant to be conformed to fear, but transformed by love. Let me renew your mind, and you will see not just differently, but divinely. If you truly love me, do not be afraid to declare it openly. Love is the bond that unites us, the fire that keeps your heart close to mine, and the proof that you walk in my light. I treasure every word of love spoken by my children, for it rises before my throne like a sweet fragrance. So write in the comments these words of faith and devotion. I love you, Jesus. As you declare this, my presence will draw nearer to you, filling your life with peace, joy, and unshakable strength. You have stood at crossroads where the weight of choice pressed upon you like a heavy stone. You have wondered which way to go, afraid of making the wrong step, afraid that one wrong turn could cost you what you've been longing for. You have felt the pressure of voices pulling you in every direction, the easy way, the popular way, the way that pleases others but leaves your soul restless. In these moments of confusion, it feels safer to stand still, yet the silence only deepens the ache within you. But listen, I have never left you to walk this path blind. I am not a distant observer, waiting to see if you will fail. I'm beside you, closer than breath, pouring out wisdom into the soil of your heart like rain on thirsty ground. When you seek me, you will never come away empty. When you listen, I will speak. When you trust, I will show you that the path I have prepared is not only good, but full of life. My wisdom is not hidden from you. It is a gift I delight to give. I rejoice every time you ask, every time you hunger for what is true. Do not think my wisdom will always lead you down the easy road. The way of truth may cost you, it may set you apart, it may even feel lonely at times. But it is the only path that carries blessing, the only road that keeps your feet from stumbling in the dark. My wisdom does not puff up with pride or lead to selfish ambition. It humbles, it heals, it makes you strong enough to love even when it hurts, to choose justice even when no one else does, to walk in kindness when the world grows cold. I see the pressure you face, the whispers of compromise, the lure of shortcuts, but my voice calls you higher, not to burden you, but to free you. I give you courage to stand when others mock, to keep walking when the cost feels heavy, to remain at peace even when the crowd walks another way. Do not fear making mistakes when your heart is set on me. I will not abandon those who seek my wisdom. Even when you feel unsure, I am guiding your steps, straightening your path and leading you exactly where you need to be. The wisdom of this world changes like shifting shadows, but mine is eternal, steady, and pure. It is a rock beneath your feet, a light before your eyes, a shield over your heart. It will not deceive you, it will not fail you, it will not lead you into harm. Trust what I give you, and you will walk in safety. Trust my voice, and you will know peace. Trust my heart, and you will live in the fullness of the life I dreamed for you before time began. I see the brokenness within you, the wounds hidden beneath your silence, the pain carried in your chest where no one else has looked. You do not need to hide them from me. Your brokenness is not shameful to me. It is the very place where my grace touches deepest. I collect every tear. I feel every ache. I hear every unspoken prayer. You do not need to pretend to be whole in my presence. I delight to bind up the broken-hearted, to breathe life where hope has been crushed. Healing is not something I demand from you. It is something I give to you. I do not rush your journey, nor do I scold your weakness. I invite you to rest, to lean into my arms when the world feels too heavy, to let my love wash over your wounds again and again until despair is replaced with hope. Even when the pain lingers, I am working, gently, faithfully, turning scars into testimonies, ashes into beauty, sorrow into songs of joy. Do not believe the lie that you are defined by your scars or failures. You are not unworthy. You are mine. In your weakness, my strength is revealed. In your surrender, my glory shines brightest. There will be moments when memories sting again, when grief feels fresh, but in those moments remember, I am the healer of broken hearts, the restorer of hope, the mender of shattered dreams. Your tears are not wasted. They water the seeds of new life within you. Loneliness has tried to convince you that no one sees, no one stays, but I have never left. Even in the silence, I was there. My presence does not always thunder. Sometimes it rests beside you in stillness, holding you together when you thought you would fall apart. You tried to fill the emptiness with people, with noise, with striving, but that space was made for me alone. I am not afraid of your emptiness. I dwell in it until you are full again. You thought my silence meant absence, but silence can be holy. It is in the quiet that I grow your roots, strengthen your faith, and teach you to hear me in deeper ways. Even when you don't feel me, I am closer than your next breath. I am not asking you to perform for me. I am asking you to rest in me. You are not too much, not too broken, not too far gone. I see the part of you that still hopes, still longs, still reaches for something more, and I call it precious. I do not love the polished version of you. I love the real you, the weary you, the uncertain you, the one who wonders if love like mine is real. It is. I am. So come as you are. Let me show you that being alone does not mean being abandoned. Let me be the friend who knows you without explanation, the savior who never leaves. You will find that my presence does not just stand beside you. It fills you, surrounds you, carries you. And wherever you go, no matter how quiet the world grows, no matter how far others drift, I am closer than your loneliness will ever admit, and I always will be. I am Jesus Christ, and I ask you not to miss the opportunity to receive my words of wisdom and comfort. Each day, I come to speak to you and to listen to you, bringing guidance and peace from my Father who is in heaven. This is a sacred moment for us to walk together, so I want you here daily, receiving the life that only I can give. That is why I invite you now, subscribe to this channel so that you never miss my words. Show your faith by leaving a like on this video, and do not forget to comment with a heart and an Amen. As you do this, know that I will see your act of faith, and I will bless and reward you. Now I leave another video here on the screen for you, especially the one on your left appearing larger. Watch it and remain in my presence, for as you continue, I will pour even more blessings and strength into your life. Be faithful, stay close, and be blessed. Amen.